To do something, I guess historical, opening up the UBS Center, playing against an outstanding Kansas team, a team that is ranked at the top, I don't know, 6, 7, 5. They're one of the top teams in the country, and of course, Bill Self is a great coach, Hall of Fame coach, someone who I've known Bill for many, many years, and does an outstanding job with this basketball team.
We can take questions. Zach, Stacy.
Opportunity to put our team out in front of our fans. Our fans to come and to a great venue, and hopefully can create an atmosphere. I think atmosphere has a lot to do with it. But more importantly, the Big East is a great league. We got a lot of great teams. So for us to have this game at this time, I think it's a good test for us. We had a chance to go on the road and play at Indiana, and we came up a couple of points short. So now we get another opportunity to play against an outstanding Kansas team. And we'll find out a little more about our basketball team. It's a process. When you got 9 new players, it's a process. But at the same time, you play the game, you play to win. So I know our guys are looking forward to it. I know our students are really looking forward to it, and I know Johnny's Nation is looking forward to it as well.
Zach, you got anything?
Mike, how are you?
I'm good, Zach.
Appreciate letting me do this virtually. We kind of asked you the other day, do you feel like you guys are ready after this kind of week of practice? I mean, do you feel like your guys are ready to play a big game here?
Well, for the first time, we've had first time in a long time, we had everybody in practice yesterday. Pinzon actually had a chance to practice, coming off of the little procedure he had. Posh, of course, we know about what took place with him, so it was good just to have everybody in practice. And so we got one today, and we get ready to go and play against Kansas. I think our guys are excited about it. There are some games that when Coach says, we got to get ready to get this. With Kansas coming in, Coach don't have to say that. They know it's my adage is always every game's a big game, but they know this is a big game too. It's an opportunity for us to see where we are.
Mike, you've talked about all the new guys you have. Obviously that's a work in progress. Where do you think you guys are right now with all these new guys? I mean, do you sense you guys are making progress, that you're getting closer to kind of where you want to be?
I'll know more after this game here. I think, one of the things I always prided ourselves in our teams is our bench play. Our bench being a big-time component of what we do. And in the last few games, I haven't seen that. And of course, injuries had a lot to do with that. We had some guys that were not in the lineup that we shifted. Now they're in the starting lineups. And, but hopefully that will benefit us, because now, I always say I have like 8 starters, and some of those guys have started. So let's see if that will equate in terms of games of this magnitude. We're going to need everybody on board. I know that. We're going to need to defend. Kansas is a team that like to get in transition. They got great size, got great guard play, older guys. But we got to defend. We got to keep them out of the lane. That's where they really do the work. And one thing about Kansas team is they're not going to beat themselves. And so we're going to have to step up our productivity defensively and offensively as well.
Mike, do you expect Pinzon to play, or is it kind of a game time decision?
Well, he practiced yesterday, so we'll see what takes place today. With the kind of injury he has a brace on, and every now and then you're gonna sting that particular injury. But I'll know more today after today's practice.
Mike, what do you expect out of your team tomorrow?
I expect the teams to go out there and compete and leave it all on the floor. They're going to go out and play to win. That's what they're going to do. That's what they've done throughout this year. For the 6 games we played out, the biggest key is to go out and play hard. They've done that. Go out and play together. They've done that. We we've been sloppy at times with the basketball. I think you can't afford to do that. Live ball turnovers. I think that cost us in the Indiana game, and so we got to really make sure we clean up on that. We've got to rebound the basketball. We got to defend, and defending means it's not over till you get the boards. So that means our guards have got to rebound. They got to get in there, and I think offensively, I think we got to continue to execute. You know, space the floor, have that threat inside. Joel has to come in and give us an inside presence.
Stacy?
You'll know more, you know, about this team after tomorrow and where you are. Are you excited to see where this team is? You know, this is obviously a big test and a real opportunity for you guys to kind of make a statement.
I think that's what the non-conference schedule is all about. You know, it's not only this game. We got another game on Sunday too. So we're gonna really stretch them and see where they are. You know, and it's more set up like what takes place at the end of the year. You know, tournament play. So, but the focus is going to be, like I said, one game at a time. And so, one practice right now. We'll practice today, and then we'll get ready for Kansas. I always think, to me, Zach, all games are big. You know, but there are some games that are bigger. This is the Big East, Big 12 challenge, and we want to represent the Big East.
Do you have something to say, sir?
Just out of curiosity, Coach, one of the points that you had made before was about your bench and taking pride in having a really good bench, players on the bench. Is there anything when it comes time for like recruiting that you look for specific players to help you when it comes time for making sure that you guys got guys ready for playtime and for the big spotlight and stuff like that?
I think you recruit talent, guys that fit what you want to do. I mean, when you look at a guy, let's say, and of course recruiting is changed now with the transfer portal. Let's look at a guy like Montez Mathis. You know, starting out, you know, the beginning of the year, I think he was trying to find his way. And, but to be honest with you, he's probably been one of our more consistent players, along with a guy like Julian and Bosch. And so the more guys you get that are playing consistent, then I think it makes your team that more better basketball team. We've got to get, like I said, we got to get Wheeler going. We got to get Tariq going, being consistent and what they bring to the table. Dylan, get him back into the role that he brings. He's a glue guy. That's what he does for our basketball team. So, again, the more guys we have involved, I think that really puts us in a position to win games.
Mike, kind of wanted to change the subject a little. Posh just recently launched a new website, I think, to sell his own stuff, and Julian has a few different NIL deals. What are your thoughts on some of your players now kind of cashing in on the new name, image, and likeness thing?
I'm all for it. I'm excited for them. You know, I just want to make sure that they keep their vision on what's taking place here on the court, you know, in the classroom. And but I'm all for it. I think they deserve it, and hopefully they can get all they can get.
You gonna buy a Posh T-shirt?
You ought to buy one.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.
I mean, we're digging from the same pot of money that professionals are when it comes to NIL, so I don't really expect too much, you know, especially being that it's new and there's so many rules and this and that. So, I mean, I don't really expect to make a whole load of money, but I mean, what I'm making now is pretty cool, you know, for a college athlete. So I'm happy with it.
Can you give me a ballpark on around how much you're making?
So far, probably like, I don't know, 15,000, 20,000.
For a year or so?
No, already. Well,
Really?
15, just about, almost.
Are you at all surprised at that?
Yes and no. I feel like going through the draft process, even though I wasn't fully committed into it, my brother was. So a lot of things that he was doing, they kind of like left over, like trading cards.
Right.
You know, they give you a lot of money for just signing cards. You know, so I feel like if I can get one of those, I'd already put myself in a good ballpark. So, yeah.
So the Mercedes thing, was this like a one-off, or are you going to be doing stuff with them moving forward?
So for this one, it was kind of just an event where they kind of reached out and was like, yo, we want you to come promote. But the way, my agent and everybody kind of looked at it as was to create a relationship. So in the future, if I wanted to get a Mercedes or whatever, I'd have a connection in the company so I could, finagle prices and stuff like that.
So you don't get a free car though, unfortunately.
No, but I did get paid for my parents, so
That's good.
I worked out either way.
So you have that, and what are the other two things?
Well, the other one is with Blue Chip. It's like a clothing brand company.
Okay.
They kind of, create a logo and put my logo on clothes, kind of like Posh did recently. That's that one right there really isn't for, like that's kind of just me starting to build my brand basically. I'm not looking for that one for actual money. If some comes in, that'd be wonderful, but I have no estimate with that one. That one's kind of just, I'm with good people, at Blue Chip, they're really good people, good connections, and kind of want to start to build something. So that's just that. And then the other one is trading cards.
What company is that?
Which one? Trading cards or
Trading cards.
Leaf?
Okay. And so you just sign cards? How does that work?
So they send you a bunch of pallets, papers, with many stickers on them, and you just kind of sign them, and you get paid money for them. Yeah, that's it.
So what are you doing with your money?
Some of it I save, some of it I'm a college student, so I spend. But yeah, I have the equivalent in saving and then also, enjoying myself.
Anything? Is there anything specific you're now able to do that maybe you weren't able to do before? In terms of having extra money?
I mean, not really. I really don't do too much. I might go and buy some new clothes that are more expensive. That's really about it.
Anything specific?
Some jeans, some name brand stuff. That's really about it.
Before we get to basketball, just my last thing. What do you think of Posh's website? And have you bought anything from it yet?
I was literally talking to him about it 2 days before he actually put the link out to get a shirt or a hoodie because I want to wear one to a game, pregame, so I can support.
Okay.
But I'm happy he finally came out with it. I haven't bought one yet. I was trying to buy one off of him, but he was like, "You gotta wait for the link. No special access there. It's kind of hurts, but it's alright." But I'm definitely gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy at least a shirt, something to support him. So
It's
yeah.
expensive. The hoodies are $100.
I mean, that's Posh Alexander. That's all I gotta say about that.
Are you guys really the only? I mean, are you the only two guys that have NIL deals right now?
I don't know exactly, but I think some guys have some little ones. I know the school is, I don't know if they're partners or whatever, but just probiotic company Yella, to support, to promote, and they get paid some change off of it. But I don't really know. We don't really talk about NIL too much, honestly. I don't want to, I don't know. Something to talk about.
Has Coach, at any point, maybe preseason, was there any you guys did all talk about, making sure to keep it separate and not letting it impact your everyday?
No, not really. I mean, it was so new. It was kind of a plus to coming back to school. It wasn't a big factor, but it was a plus. So he kind of threw that out there a little bit, but it wasn't more about don't focus on NIL, focus on basketball, because obviously basketball is my main focus. Basketball is making me money, so I can't make money without playing basketball, being on my A game. So not so much about focusing on basketball and not NIL. It was kind of just stay on track, just do what you've been doing and don't sway from what's gotten you there.
Gotcha. Now let's talk about important things.
Yes.
How ready are you guys for tomorrow?
I think we're ready for it. I think we've been talking about it all week ever since our last game, and how we've been excited for this game for a while now. It's a big game on the schedule, but every game is a big game on the schedule. So we're excited for it. We have one more day of practice, which is today, and then shoot around tomorrow to really hone in and dial in on some little things that we got to fix up. And then Friday is tomorrow's game day, 7 o'clock. Seven, right?
What do you expect out of your team tomorrow?
Say again?
What do you expect out of your team tomorrow?
I don't know if you remember, but when we were in media day, I said that we're gonna run through walls for our fan base and for our team. So you could expect that. Obviously, if I was a fortune teller, I could tell you if we were gonna win the game or not, but I'm not. So what I can tell you is that we're gonna play hard. We're gonna make mistakes. Every team does, but we're gonna play through it, and we're gonna have a positive mindset, and we're gonna run through brick walls to try to win this game tomorrow.
These last 3 games where you clearly didn't play as well as you guys would have liked to play, do you think there were any lessons learned in those 3 games since Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of lessons learned. Coming out with energy is probably the biggest one. We can't afford to come out with low energy against teams, any team, because every team we played in the last 3 days, despite what anybody thinks about those teams, they were in the ballgame with us. We even went to overtime in the game. So coming out with energy, not having those long, dull moments in the middle of games where we were just like going through the motions and letting things, happen. Taking control of the game is kind of gonna be a big part of us winning. Considering we like to control the pace. Yeah, and also just playing to have fun. Playing smart, but not overthinking too much and kind of letting little things get to our head like it's basketball at the end of the day. So we know how to play basketball. The coach has our trust and we have coach's trust. So I think just going on that and doing what we do every day in practice, this is going to be what we learned, honestly, from the past 3 games.
How big of an opportunity? I mean, you can say, every game is big, but you got the number 8 team in the country coming east. You're gonna be one of the spotlight games tomorrow, if not the spotlight game tomorrow night. I mean, it's a real opportunity for you guys to show that preseason hype was warranted, that this could be a really big year.
We see the opportunity. We definitely see the opportunity. It's kind of hard to miss. But then again, I feel like as talking about the players, we go into every game saying we gotta win this game, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. So we see the opportunity, and obviously credit is given when it's due. But we haven't even played the game yet, so we're not going into that game saying, oh, we're playing the number 8 team in the country. We're just going in there saying, we got to stick to what we do. We're more worried about what we do and how we can come out on top. So that's kind of, we see the opportunity, but that's our main focus is what can we do to win this game tomorrow, not who we're playing and what it means for our team in the future. It's more of what, how can we go to the game tomorrow, get better, and achieve our goal.
Do you, just a few words, do you feel like you guys are getting closer to being the team that you can be? I mean, so many new guys, 9 new players, obviously you've had some injuries. Do you feel like you guys are closing in on being that team that you think you can be?
I do. I have faith in my teammates, and as well as they have faith in me, and we have faith in our coaching staff. So I think we're getting there. We're not there yet. I don't think we're fully there yet, but we're gonna get there. We're getting there day by day. I mean, that's what it is. Teams don't peak out in the first 5 games, 6 games of the season. We're working towards peaking, towards February, March, when it's time for us to peak and win games, really get into it. At the same time, there's no excuse. We have to come out and play and figure things out. So I think we're getting there, and that's really all I can say about it.
Well, thanks, Julian.
No problem.
All right, Kevin or Stacy?
Julian, first of all, what do you think the atmosphere is going to be like tomorrow?
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know what to expect. I mean, the only game we played this season so far that's been really, really packed has been that Indiana game. So I don't know to expect that or to expect what. I think it should be packed. I think the energy in there should be a lot, considering it's a big arena, it's a big game. People are excited for it, and that's kind of one of the games that people have been talking about for a while now. So I expect it to look like, the Indiana game. That's what I expect it to look like. So, yeah.
And then you went through the same process as one of Kansas guys, O'Shea Abaji. Same thing, you guys got feedback. Did you get to know him at all or watch his game through the draft process?
I didn't get to watch him too much. I didn't get to know him either. There's a lot of guys there, so I didn't really get to speak to everybody. And unfortunately, he wasn't one of the guys I got to meet, while I was there. But yeah, we did go through the same process. He probably learned some things about his game, as well as I did. And I think we're back in school for the same reasons. To one, boost our stock and our futures and stuff like that. But more importantly, help our schools win. Help our schools get to where they want to be at before we take our next step. So I'm excited to play against a player of his caliber. I think he's really good. Kudos to him. Yeah.
Stacey.
When you were growing up, did you ever imagine that you would play teams like Indiana and Kansas? Like, was that like things that you were hoping to achieve during the course of your basketball career?
Honestly, those kind of thoughts never really crossed my head growing until I got to college. I think the first big game we played, I played St. John's, was West Virginia. That was kind of the game where it kind of hit me like, these are the games we're going to play. Like, we're going to play in these tough games, these big games, these big, strong teams. So growing up, I never really thought about it. I always thought like, oh, Kentucky, Duke, and this and that, the big name schools everybody hears about. But I never really thought about it too much until I came to, the hometown school.
Is there like anything that you could do to prepare yourself, especially like it's a newer arena? So is there anything that you could do to prepare yourself mentally for that?
Well, this whole week I've been shooting in the gym at 7 in the morning and at night. So I think just me locking in on just trying to perfect my craft before this game. As well as all I really can do. I can't really prepare myself to walk into a new arena with a big crowd. It's kind of like Indiana. I couldn't prepare myself for that. There's no preparing yourself for that. So no preparation. I think it's just going in there with the confidence. Like I work for this. I can do this. We can do this as a team. I think that's what we're doing in practice and individually as we work out. So yeah.
And Julian, Joel seemed to have like his first real big game against NJIT. How important do you think him, Isaiah, Aaron are going to be going up against a really talented front line for Kansas?
Omar too.
Yeah, Omar
very
too.
important. I think we're going to need everybody. Coach always says it that you're not a 1-2 man team, 3-man team. That we like to play with our bench, and no one can really play 40 minutes the way he wants to play. It's tiring, So I think that everybody can have a huge role tomorrow. Friday, tomorrow. But those guys are going to have, and including myself, I'm pretty big myself, so I'll probably catch myself in one of the big guys tomorrow too. So I think it's going to be super important that we all go into that game ready to be physical, ready to be pushed around, and fight back with people. Not like that, But yeah, I think it's going to be super important. I think they're going to have a super big role as well as the guards. Everybody will. So I think all of us just kind of getting together and having it in our mind that this is a big game, and this is probably going to be the biggest team we play this year, and even in conference. I think I don't even know, but just going in there like this is going to be a dogfight, and we got to be ready for that.
Good. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jules.